be acceptable to thee, O Lord, our strength and our Redeemer. Amen. Jesus unrolled the scroll and found the place where it was written, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to bring good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim release to the captives and recovery of sight to the blind, to let the oppressed go free, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor." And he rolled up the scroll, gave it back to the attendant, and sat down. The eyes of all in the synagogue were fixed on him. And there we have last week's gospel. But the story we have today is about what we just read here in my little Bible, which I get to thump. Look at my Bible, because it's in there. These words of the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to bring good news to the poor, to the oppressed, to the blind, to the hungry. It's not good news if you're not one of those. Prophets, in the manner of the old prophets of the Old Testament, come to irritate you, to prod you to new action. We have someone who's going to become a new Christian today, little Nia, who's been coming to this church for ages, since I've been here, which is a long time. And I told her about the part of the baptismal vows that we're about to do, where we stomp on the devil 3 times so that we can turn to Jesus 3 times. And the devil has a way of sneaking in when we least expect it. And when you are reminded that you're not thinking or doing what you should be thinking or doing, the immediate response is, he did it, she did it. It wasn't me. Right? So Jesus comes to his hometown, and he says these prophetic words, and everybody's pinching themselves and poking each other with their elbows and saying, "Listen, he sounds like a prophet. Isn't this awesome?" But listen what he's saying. "I have come to turn everything upside down. That our whole mission has to be for the disenfranchised." Well, everybody he's talking to is enfranchised. And they have a long way to go before they're disenfranchised. And most of us who hear the word are franchised, and we're not disenfranchised. So that means we should feel a little uncomfortable, like there's a little sand in our bed at night, that he wants us to feel uncomfortable, and that's good news. Because the gospel cannot be preached unless you turn away from evil and turn towards Jesus and realize how upending Jesus' words are. That there are disenfranchised everywhere because of the way our news service works these days. We hear about it everywhere. We hear too much about it everywhere, and we feel a little bit too small to make a difference. And that is the disease that our modern churches have, where, well, does this make any difference, us coming to church? Are we changed by what happens? Well, I hope so. I hope so. Because when we hear these words, we should do what they do in another part of the gospel, which is when they see Jesus healing, they go running out to bring more people who are suffering to Jesus. 4 people go and pick up a man who cannot walk himself, and they break through the roof and drop him down. That's what we're supposed to do. When we hear the good news, if we don't need it, then we need to get busy and find some people who do. And usually there's a part of us who needs it too, that got lost along the way. So we need to hear it as if there's something impoverished within us. Perish the thought. All of us have impoverishment within us. And let that part of us be fed and feel turned around so that you're going to make a difference. Jesus is a prophet, and prophets are uncomfortable. And we don't like uncomfortable Jesus. Or do we? If we didn't get uncomfortable, we wouldn't know we have wounds that need healing. If we didn't get uncomfortable, we wouldn't be motivated to get off our desk chair and start bringing in some groceries for the hungry. We have to feel uncomfortable. It is part of our faith. We have nightmares at night and wake up and say, thank God that wasn't real. But the nightmare is still out there, and we have a part to play, and we sell ourselves short if we think we're doing too little. Every single step we take is in the direction of Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ is telling us, did you do enough? Did you miss anyone? It's okay, because tomorrow's another day. You go see that person tomorrow. You go see that person, call her on the phone. Don't ever feel guilty, because that is not useful. Feel culpable, that is useful. If we're culpable, then we bear the responsibility together. We are going to say vows with Mia that we will be there for her when she needs us. When she's feeling like she can't face her Christian faith alone, we are the ones who are going to support her. We are the ones that are coming to show her our Bibles and show her which things we've circled. And we are the ones who will say, thank God she's part of our Christian group and our family. And then we will learn how to be prophets by teaching each other. We go out and say uncomfortable things because they're true, because we belong to a Lord who doesn't sit back. He has only 3 years to do his mission in, and he's got to work fast. So we either help him or we take a nap. I want to stay awake.